Hello, Herbert Blueberry Fields Erpaderp. Blueberry Fields forever. How you doing, Trekan? Hey, trains are great. I agree with your username. I hope you're all doing well. I'm going to build this. I've built the TD. I think the first to fight kit I built was a TKD. This one's a bit different. It's got a slightly bigger gun and an open top. I've got my sprues. Hopefully my overhead camera isn't being garbo. I thought about changing back to the telephoto lens because this is small, but then I didn't. For reasons. It's a little... It's not too bad, I guess. Very thin bits of track. Painted before, so okay so far. I'm doing all right. I slept. Then I woke up. Then I came to terms with being awake again. And now I'm here. I did get the instructions on the internet for this. For a bigger picture. And I've managed to close them, so I had to get them up again. Get them up. Okay, I want the whole bottom and the tracks and a little towing doodad to start with, I think. One of the best model kit brands is Hobby Boss. Hobby Boss do a lot of good stuff. I haven't built that many of their kits, but they're pretty decent. And now we just clip these out. These are nubbins. Don't want the nubbins. Herbert is living the life, not one of strife, because he has his mods. They ban people with their rods, and Herbert can keep playing his fife. I do have a fife. I can't play it. Ban people with their rods. Oh my. And the towing thing, I assume it is. A13. Does this sprue not go up to 13? Is this an A sprue too? Yes. That's not really that helpful, is it? Having two A sprues. Trying to cut this so I don't have to then clean it up, but I'm not sure it's going to work. First to fight kits have darker plastic normally, or just another color. I don't know. They're often different colors. Some of them are green, and I think they're often this sort of color. It could just look a bit darker because of the camera, which I will not play with because then I'll just have to keep playing with it. Excuse me. The best place to get model kits in Brisbane? I don't know. We've got hobby shops like Hobby Rama and Hobby One. They're pretty reasonable. I caught the nubbin on my thumb. There is always online stores as well, like Frontline Hobbies or Metro Hobbies. They're pretty good. Don't know how much I need to scrape these off, but probably just bring them down to roughly the same level as the rest of the tracks, and that'll be a good one. Didn't really trim them down enough, did I? Of course not. Why would I do that? You wanna cut twice. That's how we do it. It's called talent. First to fight oh, I haven't finished with this bit. Released a kit of a German 150mm self-propelled howitzer grill, which entered service in 1943. So definitely not for the war in Poland in 1939. I think I saw that on the Tweety or somewhere like that. Or maybe Instagram. I didn't think much about it, but I did think, doesn't seem like the right time period, but I wouldn't complain. Looked pretty cool. That's probably neat enough. It's so small. Not complaining, just wondering. Yeah. I mean, maybe it's a sign that they're gonna do more different stuff as well. There's only so many 1939 vehicles you can do, right? Knifed nubbins. Nobody appreciates nubbins unless they're good nubbins. Just be less careful with the bottom tracks, because who's gonna see those? They're not all that detailed anyway. They're just little lines across the thing. Okay, do you need cleanup? Yes. A little bit. Surely that's enough parts. No? We need more. You could eat the nubbins. They will sustain you for the rest of your life, if you eat enough of them. Because if I eat enough of them, my life is going to be short. This end is the rear. And we just stick this on here. And you go in here and don't know if it's meant to go hard up against the hull or not. Looks like it could go on a little bit further at the front, but I don't want to press it too hard and destroy it. It's probably fine. Probably should have videoed that, really. Oh well, I'll video the other one. That's why we've got 2 track sets. That ought to hold a little SOB. No, why am I set to photo and not pro video? That one does go on a bit further than the other one. Maybe a bit of glue will help. The glue god is always happy to help out. I don't want to pull that out of place. I say that's probably good enough. He says as he keeps fiddling with it. Add glue. Just about to say that there isn't anything with 1 track, but I forgot about snowmobiles. Well, in fairness, this isn't a snowmobile. I've seen some funny images and kit bashes, I guess, of tracked motorcycles, like Warhammer ones. Does that count? Okay, and the towing thing looks like it just sits in the middle. And glue will hold it there. Hey, Droopy, how you doing? Jeebus once turned wine into glue. I swear. He would do that. And they have 2 tracks, one for the front and one on the rear. Yeah, I guess. Oh. Why have you forsaken me, glue? Is it because I left it so long that it just evaporated? Yes. The glue god demands promptness. Looks like it's in the center. These tracks are very easy to bend out of position too, which is kind of annoying. It could be worse. It has a short 47mm gun. I have no idea what gun it is, but it's bigger than the one that the other TKD. Why is that so hard to say? Probably says it on here. 47mm Pochisk. The TKD took part in parades and was used during military exercises. Mm-hmm. Okay, now... Interior. Ooh. It looks like there's quite a few parts, but it's probably not as much as it looks like. It's kind of difficult to clip from the underside with these bits poking down. Very rude. Got that. There's a steering wheel there. And that was A9, which goes on this side. A3 is probably on the other sprue. Hiding. No. This is A3. Must be a radiator or something. Two with long Bofors 37mm anti-tank guns. Interesting. I wonder if First to Fight have those as kits as well. I kind of hope so. Getting distracted. Time to clip. Some evil steering creature included? No. I won't lie. There's nothing for me to put into the figure gulag today. Hard to say because you had your sour... I don't have my sauerkraut any day. Well, it's not entirely true. I probably do every now and then. Minimize the instructions like a fool. There's a thing to go on top of that. A5. There's 4, 3, 2, 1, 5. What else? What else? What else? Nothing else? Nothing else. guess we'll clean these bits up, starting with this. And we won't lose that. I hope. I wonder if it might be easier to put that in the hull and then glue stuff to it. Gluing bits of plastic? Again? Uh-huh. I got a habit, man. That's probably the way we do it. I mean, that didn't take any pressure to go into place. But it's better to do that before adding things like the steering wheel, I think. Is this another Herbert Erpaderp mistake? Who can say? Future Herbert, probably. Let's just put a bunch of glue in there. That'll make the glue god happy. Oh, what? How dare you pop off? Have glue. That ought to stay there. Read a short review today about some kit. This would be a great kit if it didn't have all that much flash and if the parts would fit together. Yeah, that would make a kit better. Nobody likes the flash. Is it better to paint it and then glue the top on? I don't know. I'm not going to paint it today. It's an open-top vehicle, so it shouldn't be... I mean, if it wasn't open-topped, why bother painting the inside? But it's an open-topped vehicle, so it shouldn't be too hard to paint the inside anyway. That's looking reasonable on one side. The goal is to have it looking reasonable on both sides. Where's my phone doing things? Not meant to do things. It's not doing important things, so I guess it's fine. You had to open model to paint the inside. Well, I mean, sometimes you have to do that sort of thing. I'm not going to paint it on stream though, because the stream would end as soon as I got the interior in and then primed it. Hmm. That's not a defect. It's meant to be there. So I won't scrape it off. And now, I try not to destroy the steering wheel removing these nubbins. It's so thin. And this is a first to fight kit, so it has snappable bits. Or losable bits. Carpet Monster didn't get it. And whatever this is. You paint by brush or paint gun? Airbrush? I paint with both. It will be tremendously difficult to paint an entire model with an airbrush. In my opinion. There's still some knob in there. You petulant shit. No one's probably going to see it, but it's still there. It's not there anymore, but it was. Carpet Monster didn't get it most of the time. Brainwork isn't the best skill of the Carpet Monster, that's true. He's a bit of an idiot. Okay. I think first, I glue this. I'm assuming it's the engine together. Get ready for glue. I'm assuming this doesn't have a particular way around. And if it does, whoopsie doodle. It doesn't sit flat because there's flash on the bottom. Nobody's favorite. And it goes in with the little, I don't know what it is, an exhaust pipe, some sort of liquid filling pipe. Goes toward the rear. As best I can tell. plenty of glue so the glue god will not smite me to the ground. It doesn't look like there's a mount for the steering wheel. Or is there? I'm just looking in the wrong place, aren't I? Yes. We need to put the gear stick in first. Or what I'm assuming is a gear stick. Because that's what it looks like. Tweezy boys would be nice. Nearly knocked my glue over. You don't know what this part is? Sorry, mate. But I now can't call you Herbert Erpaderp anymore. Oh, man. But the name was so accurate. I've ruined it like I ruin everything. That's probably a good spot for that. Where the instructions say to put it. And there's a little hole there, which has to be for the steering wheel. Why not use tweezers for this too? Would be the smart thing to do. That's a steering wheel. Turn corners real good with that. Let's just assume that's going to fit into the slot. You in? I guess you go around that way. Probably in the slot, not near. In the vicinity of the slot. It won't stay there because of gravity and not enough glue. And just me being inept is another reason it won't stay there. Ass shits. Looks a bit wonky, but I'm not sure it's really going to be that visible. Hopefully, it's not so wonky that the top won't go on, which is part of the next step. I feel like the sensible thing to do would be to put the... wait. Oh, we've got the entire top from the other model. You just put that on there and forget about the interior. You can't see it on the overhead. Yeah, that'd be fine and dandy, wouldn't it? No. No, Herbert. I'll apply this and then cut out the other bits. Seems like a good way to do it. That's not flash there, so don't cut it off. But I wanna. I don't know if you heard that on the microphone, but it was just very thunder. So if I disappear, that's what's caused it. It's a bit odd to have a... It's not... Well, it is morning still. It's a bit odd to have a thunderstorm in the morning here. Could have been more stormy yesterday, when it would have been nice and cool. Instead, it rained a bit in the morning and made the rest of the day awful and humid. More humid than it usually is. Galileo Figaro Magnifico. Don't go outside and get struck by lightning. I'll stay inside and get struck by lightning. Very, very frightening. And I wish I could play Queen and not get, like, demonetized or struck or whatever. Which way around does this go? These are at the front. Of course, the steering wheel is in the way. Would have been probably more sensible to put this on before that. Oh well. Now there's a dog outside. That looks good. Slouch down so I can see under the phone. Maybe I just fit it on and then add the glue. If it's willing to actually fit in place. This is so small. I don't want to apply any pressure to it. That steering wheel's just going to get wrecked, isn't it? The guide nubbins under there? No. Not under there.
I mean really brutally weird stuff. Butt stuff.
Butt stuff. Thunder dogs came for Herbert. They didn't... Doesn't sound... That dog doesn't sound like what you would call a thunder dog. It is a very small dog. But maybe that's all part of the thunder dog thing. It's deceptive. I think if I just hold that there for a little bit, the glue god will smile upon me and allow it to stay there. There's a bit of a gap along the back there, but that could be worse. There's definitely going to be a gap at the front here, which I wish was not the case. Well, maybe it'll go away. I can't get my fingers into a good enough position to completely eliminate it. The fun part. Holding. Excuse me. You gonna stay? You gonna be a good hull? Who's a good hull? Ooh. I'm trying to determine if there's a sensible way to put the rest of the bits on. That's probably going to stay how it should. Not really happy with that gap at the back there, but it does look like those are doors, and there should be a gap at the bottom of doors, so it's probably not that bad. Okay. I'm sure it's not too hard to figure out which side goes where if you look at the pictures. Amazing how that works. This looks like a rack of some kind. Possibly for ammunition. Or sauerkraut. Ah, the magic of instructions. Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? That's 18. Do I need part 18? Yes, I do. That is the front. Where's part A1? That's probably it there. Yep. Of course, I can't cut it the way I want to cut it because of these thingies. I guess they protect the sprue when it's sitting on a surface. So you can't complain too much about them, but they are in the way when it comes time to clip. Which is a horrendous crime, being in the way. Must be leaving. You need to procure noms. You don't know where you're going to go. It could be an adventure. I hope you get something tasty. Well, thank you for being here, Corvus. Have an excellent nom. I need noms too. Just occurred to me that I haven't really eaten since yesterday. Dang it. Adventure awaits! I hope I haven't cut that too high. I'm sure it's fine. Nubbin there between the guide pins. Fuck you. This part has a little more flash than the rest. Do not want. Why did I guess that was just the end of the song. Very abrupt. You need a sign that says nubbins, keep off the parts. Yeah, but I feel like nubbins are probably like no good punk kids. And that'd just make them want to get on the parts even more because of their rebellious nature. You always, when you're a rebel, you're always compelled to do the opposite of what a sign tells you. So maybe we need a sign that says, please get on the parts, nubbins. We would really like that. And then they'd stay away. I have buttons I need to click on my computer machine. And now, it's probably a good time to glue bits. It's always a good time to glue bits. Speaking of which, I kind of want to go through my bits box, and I've bought a model of a car. A Daihatsu Lisa or something. It's not a model we had here, but I plan on making that into a post-apocalyptic car. So I think I should go and get a bunch of bits that would probably be cool on that. I think the first thing to do here is glue this rack on. Maybe it's a radio. Nah, that's a rack of shells. It's not that well defined, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. That shouldn't lean forward that much. It just took a bit more force than I was really comfortable with to get it to sit in the holes. Okay, this should sit in the tab like so. Will it take force? If the tracks were more solid, this wouldn't feel so... scary isn't the right word. Wouldn't feel like it's gonna break the whole time. Can't tell if it fits into the... if it's not fitting into the slot because it's too long or too thick. It might have one too many C's in thick. That did the trick. So it probably wasn't too thick, it was too long. And hopefully, we can still get the... it's still in the right position. Appears to be. I'm going to do a glue. Ooh. Let's see if the other one has the same problem. It seems that way. Don't know if the camera can actually pick that up, but it's like a fraction of a millimeter too long.
That's what she said.
That's not what she said at all. She said it's a fraction of a millimeter. But might as well glue that on. It's probably not a bad idea to let those bond and get some strength before we apply any pressure to them. So, why don't I think about the next instructions? Also, I've forgotten a bit from that set of instructions. Looks like a headlamp. Might as well cut that out. A12. There you are. Hiding. Right there in plain sight. Okay, I think because a lot of the next step requires the rear panel to be on, I might build the gun, which consists of 5 parts. Ooh, I can't even count to 5. Yet another original, funny Herbert Erpaderp joke. Not clipping off important bits. They don't look important. Did this song play before? Or was it just another accordion-y song? Not that I'm complaining. I do enjoy me some accordion. try to clean this very thin piece up without breaking it. It is nice to be able to get through a first to fight kit without breaking any thin bits. And now that I've said that, I've cursed myself to breaking this very thin bit at some point. Kind of wonder if we're going to have trouble putting... I guess we don't really put the gun in, more on on the model. It doesn't actually show how to put it on. Not really. I'm sure it's going to work out just fine. Very gun shieldy. That'll protect him. Which way up does that go? This way. I won't bother cleaning the bottom up too much then. That's lazy, Herbert. Mm-hmm. Sometimes there's no point doing work that nobody will see. I do appreciate that the end of the gun barrel is slide molded. That always gets a thumbs up from me. In this case, it's a figurative thumbs up because I didn't literally do thumbs up. There's a very tiny little nubbin, which I'm sure is a breech handle, or whatever you would call that. Trying not to break that off. Yeah, looks good. Maybe we'll put that together once the whole bits are on. If you hear a helicopter, thumbs up. If you are near a helicopter, thumbs up can be dangerous. If you hold the thumbs up too high, I will endeavor to keep my thumbs down when I'm near a whirlybird. All right. This bit that I didn't clean that large chunk of flash off of. Which? Oh, it goes on this end. I'm looking at that end being like, oh, that's confusing. It's not confusing if you're not an idiot. Am I holding that the right way? Yes. Ass. I think that's going to need a bit of pressure there. Could be that little box, whatever it is holding, is stopping it from going in as easy as it could. This part has a lot of flash on it. Well, it had a lot, and it still looks a little bit rough, but could be worse. If I just push it with my knife, I won't get big thumbprints of glue. The waiting game. Probably the worst game ever. This is actually a more complicated build than I was expecting it to be. Gotta be honest. I thought it was going to be really quick and easy. It hasn't been difficult. It's just taken a little longer than I'd expected. That side's going to go on. And if that side knew what was good for it, it would too. Doesn't seem to know what's good for it though. That little horn, I'm assuming that is a horn. Seems like it might be a little in the way. Not enough to stop me though. Me and my holding skills. That'll learn it. Get glued, idiot. Looks like there's 3 parts for the rear. And then the gun. And I can't tell if this little bit needs to go in before trying to put the gun in or not, but I think it does. Looks like it goes over that gear stick, which might now be in the way. That doesn't seem like it's sitting how it should. Because gear stick. Say that's fine and dandy. That still wants to lift up a tiny bit, so I'll hold that a bit more, because I just love doing that. I do appreciate that YouTube sends me an email saying, live on your channel, this stream. And it's not like, it's like an hour and 20 minutes later. That's good. Do I want to assemble the gun? Yes. Yes, I do. I'll assemble the gun and then put the rear decorations on. Is decorations the right word? Probably not. Not a lot of instructions for the gun. And not a lot to actually hold it together, it seems. It's not going to be too difficult. That might be a regrettable statement. No, the right word is butt art. You're right. How could I forget? Just put a load of glue on there. More is probably better than not enough. Beck. If this wasn't so small, it wouldn't be so difficult to just push the parts together. But it is small. Might need trimming there. Looks like it's all together good enough. I won't put the gun shield on just yet, because I feel like that'll just force things to come apart again. Okay, we need that. The stinky gas removing device. And what appears to be a spare wheel holder, which is not featured on this sprue, apparently. And there's also shovels and stuff that are obviously for the regular TKD. How far is that meant to go down? Not very. I also forgot to stick that headlamp on, and I fear I may have lost it. No, it was under the model. I'll just pretend I put it there on purpose. There's no place for a shovel on this kit. No place for a shovel. I mean, you could probably just stick one on any way you wanted, really. But then somebody might get angry at you for building an inaccurate model. Can't have people on the internet getting angry at us. No. It's probably going to be easier to get these on without the gun in the way. So I won't put the gun on yet for it to get in the way. That's using your noodle. Beverage is empty. That's not using your noodle. What a pain in the bollocks. Probably this plate and then the exhaust is how we do it. YouTube shows me some ad. Christian dating. We accept Christians only who take believing serious. That sounds horrible. Even like a Christian dating website, if you're into Christians, probably sucks butts. Why do you have to have a gap on that side? You shit. Specifically to upset me, isn't it? Okay. This... I see. That little nubbin that I was talking about earlier is the exhaust. Have to somehow get that in contact with it. And then sitting on the little thingy there. These look like guide pins, but there's no holes for them to go into. I'm gonna make a mess of this probably. Well, even on a Christian dating site, men look for being into Christians. I think I'd choose a Satan dating site over a Christian one, because that would probably be funnier. Oh, shits. Shitty shit shats. Beck. I don't know if I'm doing it wrong by trying to connect these up, because it doesn't seem to want to go. But that's what it looks like. Maybe if I just bend this down a tiny bit. If I can. Without breaking it. I'm just gonna add some glue and hope for the best, really. Beck! Why? Why won't you stay where I put you? Don't you know that's the most comfortable place for you to be? It's so decadent and luxurious. That's probably the best we're going to get. Once I look at it overhead, it's going to... Oh, it's straight. That's the important bit, I think, is getting the muffler straight. It seems reasonable. As reasonable as we're going to get it. And there was this. Which way around do you go? Probably that way. It would be nice if they showed the rear after this bit was stuck on. I'm just gonna do whatever. It'll go on there somewhere. There's like a little vision slot there that it's covering, but I don't think they really need it with it being open topped like this. It's probably good enough. Don't know if it's meant to lean back. That's the way it seems to want to sit. There we go. And now I'm remembering the little headlamp which needs to be cleaned up and hopefully not lost. We've done pretty well so far with not feeding the carpet bastard. Come on, why do you have to be so fiddly? Ooh. I dropped it, but it landed on the desk, so that's fine. I think that's about as good as I'm gonna get that. Yeah, Herbert 1, instructions 0. Fuck you, instructions. Yeah, hits. Okay. There's a little slot into which it should slot. Can we get it on with my fat fingers? Get it on. Hopefully, the gun shield won't interfere with it. Hell yeah. And now, do we stick the gun shield on before putting the gun in the hole, or after? Or does it even matter? I'm going to go with it doesn't really matter, but it's probably a bit easier to do it this way. You know how I feel about a little bit easier. We probably want the gun to be in the center. Or do we? Yeah, I think we do. That's how it goes. Might as well stick that in now, so we can do some more adjustment. Doesn't sit very stable. I'm not entirely sure if that little gap in there is meant to be there. Maybe there's a picture. Where's the box? Box art conveniently hides that. That's probably fine. Are there any more contact points I can add more glue, as Trekan says? More glue! Everybody needs more glue in their lives. That's probably fine. That's all, I think. I wouldn't miss anything. Not all sees and never misses anything, Herbert. Maybe we can try and do a little tic-tac video. No glue, no fun. That's what Albert Einstein said. It's true. He knew. Get that a little bit better focused. For the tic-tac. It's so small. Hey, look what I made. It's a very tiny 70-second scale TKD with a gun mounted on top from First to Fight. It's a good little kit, fun and pretty easy to build. I didn't break anything, and that's a bonus. Here's what the box looks like. And here's the finished model. Exactly the same thing, color and all. There's a build video on YouTube. Go check it out. If not, keep on scrolling. If not, keep on scrolling. Look at it. It's so cute and teeny tiny. Hell yeah. I'm probably terrible at tic-tac. Good enough, though. Probably nobody ever goes from TikTok to YouTube videos, but it's something to put up there. Why did I put that there? I'm going to need to move that anyway. I will be back tomorrow night for more work on the Border Jagdpanzer IV. I may stream some video games this evening, but probably not. I forgot to... I was out. I didn't put Monday's video up last night, but I'll put that up tonight. It was late for patrons anyway, so it can be late for everybody else. I'll be back tomorrow night, or possibly sometime before then, but probably not. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you next time. Toodaloo!